So it might be a voyage of discovery in round 4 of the Toyota MR2 Championship. The race gets underway. One hasn't got away. That's Mick Nichols. Let's hope they all avoid him. So far, so good. Yes, just about. And it's Sean Trainer that turns into Abbey as the leader, being chased by Nick Williamson. Then Ali Topley in third as they started on the brakes now into Village. How much grip is there? Round the outside, Ben Rowe and Paul Cook, I think, involved in that. Both former race winners in the category. And through Abbey they've got, but Mick Nichols' car has gone absolutely nowhere, which could be a drama. Very, very slippery here. Daniel Bryant off, and again Ben Rowe gets involved in an instant, just like at Snetterton. Not as badly damaged this time, and it's 3 abreast for the lead here. Sean Trainer, Nick Williamson, Alistair Topley. As the rain gets heavier and heavier, the marshals are working on the start line, so decision got to be made whether they need to safety car this or not. Who's got the lead, because they were 3 wide as they turned out a shot there. They're now at Stowe, they're only a couple of corners away from the stationary car in the middle of the road. It's Williamson and Topley. Now the safety car is there. Oh my, that's, well, that's, I think, the drivers reacted pretty well to that, I think. Who's leading? I don't think they're sure. Now the car's been cleared. The track's almost been cleared at club, but yeah, the safety car very much was necessary there to get the marshals back onto post. They did a good job at moving Mick Nichols' car, but it's a long way to get back to your post here at Silverstone, and the safety car was sort of a last moment decision, I think, whether it was going to be out or not, and nobody's really sure which order they should be in now, are they, Marcus?
That's right. Just, well, kind of continue as you were, I think that's probably the easiest way around it. It was a shame that the grey car got all squirrely coming onto the hangar straight, and Rowe was an innocent bystander. He was just outside it when it veered offline and clouted him, and that pushed him off.
But interesting at the front is now Nick Williamson and Alistair Topley got past Sean Trainer. Trainer was the pioneer, wasn't he, in the grip? Because I don't think we were really expecting to be as slippery as it was down there through the link road, were we?
No, that's right.
So the order is Nick Williamson leading, Alistair Topley second, Sean Trainer in third, Adam Lockwood going well in fourth, fifth is Aaron Cook from 8th on the grid, 6th is Paul Cook from 9th on the grid, so they've both progressed, 7th is Paul Hinton, 8th is Peter Higton, 9th is Tom Mailings, and 10th is Adam Lewis, who's come through well from row 8. Then Tim Heron, who we haven't seen much of this weekend, he's been a front runner in the past, he's 11th. 12th is Phil Collins. 13th, Lee Brown. John Wilson returning this weekend, 14th. Neil Stratton, Rydes Dorman, Dave Hemingway, Gary Patterson, Luke Carter, and Oliver Aldworth complete the top 20. I think everybody else got round. Just a shame that, for whatever reason, Mick Nichols' car was going absolutely nowhere. Pretty unusual for this type of car.
Is the Ben Rowe car still going?
Yes, right at the back.
Way back.
39th. So his car got badly damaged at Snetterton. There was a sort of a stack-up effect through the old S's, and he rammed up the back of the car in front. And it's good to see he's able to get it back out again this week.
So it must be a fair old market for MR2 body panels.
Yep, and let's see if any more are needed, because the race is about to get underway in the rather unknown conditions on the Silverstone International Circuit. So Williamson accelerates away from Alistair Topley, Sean Trainer and Adam Lockwood. Bit of a gap back. The best restarts come from Paul Hinton. He's trying to come up the inside of Paul Cook, but can't make it. Hinton, the 2012 champion, down into Village. Here comes Topley, looking to the inside. Round the outside of the pair looks Trainer. And I think they're going to stay as they were. Then Lockwood in the similar roadster in fourth. So it's 4 for the lead through this link road. Now this is where it was slippery on lap 1. How much grip is there this time? More, I would suggest.
It's the change of camber through there that gets them, isn't it?
Trainer's quick, so he's trying to get alongside Topley. Still 11 minutes to go, so we didn't really lose much time with that safety car lap. So Williamson's got this lead, but Trainer's on the inside of Topley. Topley, the short oval racer, just about moves over in front, I think. Here are the pulls. Hinton up the inside of Cook. Cook out wide, should put Hinton in front. Adam Lockwood now in the second of the roadsters, trying to get past Sean Trainer, the multiple champion, 4-time champ in a Mark II. First full season in this car. keeping Lockwood at bay in all of that, and this is bringing Aaron Cook to try and make it 5 for the lead.
I'm interested to see those two roadsters. They've got sort of different mouths on their radiator grills, and the one on Trainer's car looks to be a little narrower. And the other one, there's 99 then, pulling off now.
It's Oliver Aldworth. Challenge for the lead here. Topley round the outside at Farm Curve, but just runs a bit too wide. And so Trainer looks to the outside now of Topley. Can't make that. So is that going to give Lockwood a chance? No, they stay in that same order.
I think it's certainly allowed Lockwood to get closer, but he can't compromise his line onto the hanger straight. That won't work.
And another one's had a moment. That's 13. That's Rise Dorman. Here are the leaders, though.
It's nearly 5 now because Aaron Cook has virtually caught the quartet out front. And then Cook and Hinson side by side at the head of the next group. Has the drizzle got any worse? I don't think it has.
I think it might have been a very, very brief shower that's perhaps going to go away now. Here comes Trainer, late on the brakes, round the outside. He's moving ahead of Alistair Topley here, and he's done him round the outside of the Vale.
Oh, we've got a little bit out of line though, and that's going to cost him. He won't be able to get turned back quite so easily to the inside. And he's going to find a car already there, which is the car of Ali Topley. And slipstreaming Topley is Adam Lockwood. And he comes up, it's precious close to being partway alongside Trainer. Trainer's actually dropped back a little bit here because Aaron Cook is closing on them.
Now Topley challenging Williamson for the lead. Can't do it. So in this 5, you've got the 3 winners of the season so far. Round 1 was won by Aaron Cook, round 2 by Nick Williamson, and round 3 by Sean Trainer. So the non-winners in here are Alistair Topley and Adam Lockwood. We've had 3 winners in 3 rounds. Can we make it 4? That'd be Topley and Lockwood who are trying to manage that. In the background there's some good battling being headed by Paul Hinson. Paul Cook's not having a great weekend. What about for the lead? Topley again having a go at Williamson. Can't make it. Still having a look on that outside line. If he can hang on there, which he has done so, that'll give him the inside for the Vale as we move into the second half of this race. They both try to break late, but the inside line for Topley, surely the better one. If he can move across for the right-hander, Williamson's still kind of there, which will give him the inside all the way through Club. Adam Lockwood also trying to come past Trainer. So the top 4, pretty much 5, are tied together as they complete that lap. Now Aaron Cook dives out the toe too, so the top 5 cars separated by just 7/10 at the end of the lap, with Alistair Topley at the front of it now ahead of Nick Williamson and into Abbey. Aaron Cook slices up the inside of Adam Lockwood, although Lockwood's going to try and fight back through Farm Curve. Can't do it though, and now Trainer's looking down the inside of Williamson, and he's alongside here. They're going to be side by side through the link road. Williamson is back in front, is he? Yes, and Lockwood's back in front of Cook once more. Trainer has a slide. Cook has a big slide, but turns it into a chucking up the inside of Adam Lockwood kind of move.
Yeah, that was really well caught. I thought it was going round. Of course, with that engine in the back of those cars, kind of middle to back, it becomes a bit pendulous, the tail, but he caught it well. He's past Lockwood now down the straight, so despite the fact he was slow onto the straight, he's managed to attack, and he's trying to go around the outside of Trainer, the multiple champion, going into Stoke Corner. Can't quite make it.
That line kind of worked then, didn't it, for him?
I
don't know if you'd want to replicate it though, because it may go wrong. Down into the Vale they come then on this, the 6th lap of this motor race. The 4th round of the Toyo Tyres MR2 Championship. It's an 8-round season now for 2020. So we'll be halfway through it at the end of this race. We've got 5 for the lead. Much tighter race than race 1. And it's Topley and Williamson up front, and the race 1 winner, Sean Trainer, there he is. And then you've got Aaron Cook, who now moves ahead of Adam Lockwood over the course of the latest lap. They turn into the hairpin at Village. Lockwood's dropping away a bit with Paul Hinson chasing. And then you've got Paul Cook, Tom Mailings, Adam Lewis there, 39, having a good run. Here's Williamson, he's been caught by Trainer now. That was a full second at the beginning of the lap. There's Hinson, 25, the 2012 champ. Onto the hanger straight. Sean Trainer right in the toe of Nick Williamson here. Darts out of it to the outside for Stowe corner. But by the end of the straight, the smaller engine perhaps just dropping him out of contention for a pass.
Just runs out of puff, doesn't it? Gets to 2 litres.
And then through the corner, it's right with him again. Particularly through the slower corner where the car's lighter. A lock up for the leader too. Williamson clobbers the curb. And then they accelerate through Club to complete lap 7 with 3 or 4 laps to go. Really could be any of those 3 to win this, you would think. They've got away now from Aaron Cook and Adam Lockwood. That group there's Paul Cook leading it in 7th position. Round the outside at Farm comes Trainer, which gives him the inside line for Village. That didn't work for him in the end. But it was quite a bold effort to try it. This is the trouble, it would appear, Marcus, with the Mark III Roadster. Maybe a bit quicker over the lap. Actually getting past the Mark IIs is quite difficult.
You shouldn't really be hanging a couple of wheels on the grass going onto the hangar straight. That's not going to help with momentum.
No, certainly not. Fastest lap is with Trainer, a 1:20.46. That's quicker than the earlier race, so any slippiness early on is gone.
77 off at the side of the road.
That's Tom Mailings from 8th. Oh, big slide there from Williamson. Hanging onto the back of the road car of Ali Topley. I think he raced NASCAR on the ovals, the mini NASCARs. Moved over to MR2s last season, finished 2nd in the championship. And out of Club they come. Topley still leads with 3 laps to go, I reckon.
Yeah, it's tenuous though, isn't it? Because the gap's down to 0.19.
Williamson there, jinking one side of the circuit to the other. There's that unsettled Topley, was out over the curbs on the exit of Abbey. Oh, Trainer sideways through Farm curve. That was spectacular, an unusual place to be getting sideways like that as he gets back onto terms with these Mark IIs. Through the link road they go. And round the outside comes Williamson, but he's going to run too wide. And that's going to gift the position to Sean Trainer somewhat. There's lap traffic ahead. That's going to come into play onto the last lap or so. Paul Hinson chasing Adam Lockwood. They're in 6th in the background. And Paul Cook leading the rest. Here comes Trainer then. He's alongside Topley. Down the hangar straight. He's on the outside line. Can he go right round Topley here? No, he can't. He has to tuck him back underneath. But he's tighter through the corner. So he'll be fully alongside. He'll be ahead of Topley. Will he heading down towards the fail? But Topley, no, he's still alongside. He'll be on the inside line for the chicane, or for the left-handed element of it. He locks up, the 2 cars rub a bit, and this means Williamson's going to make it 3 wide for Club. Trainer's got the lead, Williamson's going off, Aaron Cook's re-caught them, he's going to get 3rd out of it as they start their penultimate lap. Sean Trainer leads it then, but only just 1/4 of a second, and in the tow Topley. Now he darts to the outside, Aaron Cook there too as they turn into Abbey corner, and a good run through the corner for Topley. He's going to put him alongside as they go through the left-hander at Farm curve. Can he stay there to be alongside for Village? Not quite, so Cook and Williamson go to the outside of him. This has brought Adam Lockwood and Paul Hinson into it now, and Lockwood now is alongside Williamson, who was leading a moment ago. He's down to 5th now as Adam Lockwood goes through, as they now turn back onto the hangar straight. That was a pretty energetic last couple of miles.
Yeah, it's quite something, isn't it? And it just shows one moment's inattention and one slight moment, and you can drop 3-4 places just like that. There's some slower cars that are going to come into play somewhere down, maybe as soon as the end of the Vale. Topley looks to go out of Trainer's slipstream, can't make it. It's kind of just a sign to say, come here, like Trainer didn't know.
The back marks are 3 abreast in front of them, so it could be a lively way through for them. Here comes Trainer late on the brakes compared to those 3 in front, unsurprisingly. He's past 1, and that back mark is now bailed out. He's just seen the 6 leaders are coming through, and it's pretty tight there as Williamson comes back up the inside of Lockwood. That didn't work, and now Topley's alongside Trainer. They go either side of the back marker, and it is absolutely level as they come down towards Abbey. They've got 1 more to pass, but Topley's back into the lead. Trainer 2nd, Cook is 3rd, Lockwood is 4th, Williamson is 5th, 6th is Hinson. 1.5 seconds separate them all. So Trainer's got to try and find another way through. He comes to the outside for the hairpin, but that allows Aaron Cook to have a look up the inside. He locked up though and doesn't have a great run through the corner. Slides a bit wide to Adam Lockwood now, looking for a podium spot. Can't make it. Here are the leaders then, Topley and Trainer. Through the link road, through the right-hander. A big slide for the leader though. Lockwood still trying to go past Cook behind them, but what happened in them leading two? Trainer's alongside, he's through. So that big slide for Alistair Topley's dropped him back behind. So Trainer started the lap in the lead. He lost the lead into Abbey. He's got it back now down the hanger straight. And where can Topley try to come back at him? Hinson's got past Williamson for fifth and he's trying to get fourth of Lockwood too. Let's see, they're side by side there in the background still, but let's see who can win this race. The fourth round of the championship. Topley trying to make it 4 winners in 4 races. Comes to the outside of Sean Trainer, but Trainer's got the better of him. He's got to be careful here, not to run too wide through the first element, not to run wide through the second element. That's what he's doing. He's run all 4 wheels off the road. So Alistair Topley's got the tighter line for club, but he can't quite manage it. So Sean Trainer wins ahead of Alistair Topley. Aaron Cook was third, Nick Williamson fourth, fifth Adam Lockwood, and dropping back to the 6th position was Paul Hinson. So in the last couple of corners, Williamson got fourth, and a big moment in the background, Marcus.
Yeah, absolutely enormous moment. I thought the 39 car there, which is Lewis, was bound for the pit wall, but he managed to catch it. Quite something, big reflex job that. And I think a sharp intake of breath along the way, but what a race that was. Quarter of a second, 0.26 of a second between Trainer and Topley. Trainer's just a little bit too clever, isn't he, with his racecraft for the others more often than not, and did a grand job in the 27. Now, how do the lap times compare with earlier? They were quicker than the first race, I think.
1:24.6 for Trainer, so that's 1.5 tenths quicker than earlier. Improved
on the record that he'd taken, the overall MR2 record and that Mark III record, both held by Jim Davies.
That's a second under the Roadster record that Jim Davies had.
Really, yes.
And a third of a second under the overall record. So that's pretty impressive from him. Adam Lockwood also under the Roadster lap record there in 5th place. What a race. That, I think, was up there with the Mazdas from this morning, wasn't it?
Exactly, and there's been, in a lot of these double races, there's been one absolutely corking race and another decent race. But it's good that the races of the day are kind of spread around in different classes. No one feels left out.
Absolutely, 750 Motor Club. All the championships are exciting, and I think that has very much been the case this weekend at Silverstone. A great track for racing this, and it's a good driver's track too. Sometimes the national circuit's blamed for being a little bit too simple. It makes great racing, certainly.
I think what it is, about too simple. I think what it is, the club circuit really only has about 4 elements to it. So if you get it right, you don't have to kind of concentrate quite so much, and these types of Formula Ford race are a bit different. But here you've got Abbey, you've got Farm, you've got the link road, you've got onto the straight, you've got Stowe, you've got Vale, you've got the different aspects and nuances of club. So there's always something to do, always something to box everyone back up again. So it's an interesting driver challenge.
Yeah, the paddock's a little bit awkward here, especially from here, which is what 2-3 miles away from the commentary box.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's obviously there isn't much of a paddock away from the garages, which sometimes I say can be a little bit awkward. But apart from that, this circuit generally is very much liked, and particularly with the great pictures from Alpha Live, means that we can see the cars all the way around the track, which we can't necessarily do out of the commentary box window, and
Absolutely.
It really brings to life all the racing all the way around the circuit. And hopefully everybody at home is enjoying it. Lots of people enjoying the racing. Rob Sutherland too. Yes, lots of comments came up during the course of that race. So glad everybody's enjoying it. Do share the live stream on your social media to get all your friends watching too. Some of you already here, ready for the club enduro race, which will follow this. But before we get to that, let's hear from Matt Suckling, who's down in the pit lane.
So we're down here with our race winner, Sean Trainer, once again in the MR2 series. And Sean, that was fantastic racing as always in the MR2 Championship. How did it go for you?
brilliant in the end. Like I say, I got not a great start. I went into the first corner. It started to rain a bit, but I didn't think there was going to be enough to make any difference. So I sort of lost it a bit on the first corner, but I still managed to keep the lead. And then coming on to Hanger Straight, I tried to push through there as we did in the last race, and there was just no grip, and both Ali and Nick got me. And then they were battling, and I think it done Ali's tyres. So I just thought, right, I'll just go, if I can get third and the fastest lap, it's not bad for the championship. So I thought, I'll go for that, use them as a bit of a slipstream. And then Nick made a bit of a mistake that gave me second. And then Ali's tyres come the end, I think they were just gone, and I still had mine. So I thought, it was a brilliant race, a great race. It was side by side all the time. We didn't know, I don't think, even going into the last, well, even when we come in the last lap, we didn't know it was the last lap. We saw the last lap board and the checkered flag all in one go. It was like, but I think we've all been exactly the same. I think Ali's just said to me, the best race he's ever been in. It was good, really good.
Brilliant. Well done, Sean. Congratulations on the victory. Let's bring in Ali Topley, who finished in second place. Ali, not a bad result there in race number 2. It could have been the win, though. It just kind of lost you on the last lap.
Yeah, to be honest, I was surprised I was in the lead. That's the best circuit race I've ever had. 3 wide for the lead on the first lap, swapping positions all the time, just really, really good, and good clean racing as well. And yeah, I got the lead, and Sean got pinned behind the lap cars there. It was like I was back on the ovals, pinning them on a lap car, and I thought, right, we've got the lead. But when I made the mistake coming onto the straight, my tyres were just going off on the rear. I thought, it's okay, I've not seen the last lap board, and then we came across and the last lap board was out with the checkered flag. But I'll take class win, second overall, and yeah, just an amazing day really, so much better than Snetterton. And I think with Angus he called off, we're going back there in a few weeks, so hopefully a bit of redemption for me.
Yeah, it's been a good points haul this weekend, which is a positive as well.
Yeah, we obviously had the incident in race 2, which is going to be one of my drops where we got spun out. So yeah, 2 solid point scores, and when you're up against people like Sean and Aaron, my teammate, and Nick, you need all the points you can get.
Good stuff. Well done, Ali. Congratulations. And we'll bring in Aaron Cook as well, who finished in third place. Aaron, on the podium for the first time here this weekend. That was a good race for you.
Yeah, we had a bit of setup issue in the first one. Massive credit to Rogue Motorsport and Matt in particular, who spent almost the whole between race 1 and 2 setting it up again. But yeah, it changed the car. I feel like we was lacking a little bit mid-corner, so we had to really wind the car up and make the most of the slipstream down the back straight.
A few places down the race where you dropped back and then you caught back up towards the end, especially with the top 2 battling.
Yeah, I'll say we started in 8th. We knew we could come through from there as long as we had the car underneath us. When it started raining, I was pleased to see it, but it didn't stick around for long. But yeah, it was a lot of work to get through, really hot work. But yeah, massive credit to Rogue for getting that sorted.
Great stuff. Well done, Aaron.
Cheers. Thank you.
There we go. Our top 3 down here in the pit lane for the MR2 Championship. Enthralling racing as always, and we look forward to seeing them back out again very soon indeed.